Alright guys, so in this video we want to look at quadads, or what we also call seventh chords. Okay, so quadad simply means that 4-note chord. So as the name suggests, when you take a particular chord, you should have 4 different notes in this chord. Okay, so that is what we are going to look at and how to build these chords. All right, so we've already identified what triads are. Okay, and we said triads are 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes chords. Okay, so let's say for the C triad, we have 1, 2, 3. All right, making the C major chord. All right, so it is based on these triads that we are going to build extensions. Okay, we're going to build extensions to form the quadads, or the 7-note chords, or the 7th chords. Okay, but however, 7th chords are not extended chords. Okay, I mean it is an extension of the triad, but it is not, they are not referred to as extended chords. Okay, so already we've learned that chords are built by stacking the interval of thirds. Okay, so if I'm in a key of, say, C, and I want to build my, sorry, if I'm in the key of C and I want to build my C major chord, I just have to stack third intervals, being it major or minor, right, to form the kind of chord that I want. Okay, so to form your C major chord, we know it is being on your root and going up a major third, which is 4 semitones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then going up another minor third, which is 1, 2, 3, 3 semitones. Okay, so this gives you your C major. All right, now this doesn't change for quadrats, or this doesn't change for 7th chords. Okay, so in that same sense, or in that same order, when you want to build 7th chords, we keep on stacking other intervals of thirds. All right, so let's move on to it. So assuming this is my C major triad, and I want to build my C major 7th chord, I just need to stack another interval, interval of third. Okay, which is my major third interval. Okay, so we know our major third interval is basically 4 semitones, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this becomes my C major 7th. All right, and the chord formula for the C major 7th is 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, so if I'm in any key at all, say the key of F, and I want to find my F major 7th chord, my 1, my 3, my 5, and my 7. Okay, so that's the chord formula for the major 7th chord. Okay, so that is how the major 7th chord works. Okay, now let's look at another 7th chord, which is the dominant 7th chord. Okay, the dominant 7th chord. Now remember that when we had our triad and we wanted to find our major 7th, we stacked an interval of third, which was a major third interval, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, up from this, and had this. Okay, now if it wasn't a major third interval and it was a minor third interval, which is 3 semitones, it will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so even though we have an interval, a third interval that has been stacked, it is not a major third interval, it is a minor third interval. Okay, so this becomes our dominant. All right, our dominant chord. So this becomes the C dominant chord, or what we call the C7. All right, this becomes our dominant chord, and the intervallic relationships will be a root, a major third, a perfect fifth, and a minor 7th. All right, yes, so that is how this works. If you really don't understand the intervals, you can go back to my previous videos and then know how it works. All right, so the chord formula for the C7, okay, or the major 7, or the dominant 7 is 1 3 5 and then flat 7. Okay, so to flat the 7 means that to bring the 7th note down a semitone. Okay, so once you have your major 7th and you flat the 7th, you get your C7 or your dominant 7th chord. All right, so that is how it works for the dominant 7th chord. All right, so now once we've formed our dominant 7th, we know that once we flat our 7th over here, we get our dominant 7th. Okay, if we flat our 3 2, we get our minor 7th chord. Okay, so there is our major 7th chord, our C major 7th chord. If we flat the 7, we get a C7 or a C dominant 7. If we flat the 3rd and the 7th from the C major 7th chord, we get our C minor chord. Okay, so this becomes our C minor 7. Okay, this becomes our C minor 7th chord. All right, and the chord formula for this is a 1 flat 3 5 flat 7. Okay, and the intervallic relationship is also given by a root, a minor 3rd. We know a minor 3rd is 3 semitones, so a root, a minor 3rd, a perfect 5th, sorry, and then another minor 3rd. All right, so this is how it works. So 1 flat 3 5 flat 7. All right, so let's try it in the key of F. We know there's our F major 7th. So once we flat our 3 and our 7, we get our F minor 7th chord. Okay, so that is how it works. So far we've been able to look at the major 7th chord, which is the 1 3 5 7, the dominant 7, which is the 1 3 5 flat 7, and also the minor 7th. Okay, the minor 7th, which is 1 flat 3 5 flat 7. Okay, so I want us to look at another chord that we call the half diminished chord. Okay, or a minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, so assuming this is our major 7th, all right, we know that once we flat this, we get our dominant 7th. All right, so this is our dominant 7th chord. Once we flat the 3rd also, we get our minor 7th chord. Okay, so this is our minor 7th chord. Okay, now to get your minor 7 flat 5, as the name suggests, you flat the 5 as well. Okay, and this becomes your minor 7 flat 5 chord, or what we call the half diminished chord. All right, so let's take the key of D. All right, we know this is our key of D. We know these are D major 7th. All right, so once we flat the 7, we get our dominant 7. Once we flat the 3, we get our minor 7th, our D minor 7th, and once we flat the 5, we get our half diminished chord, or what we call the minor 7 flat 5 chord. All right, and this is given by a 1 flat 3 flat 5 and also a flat 7. Okay, so that is the chord formula for the minor the half diminished or the minor 7 flat 5 chord. All right, so now we've looked at major 7th, minor 7th, the C7, that is the dominant seventh, and you've looked at the minor 7 flat 5, okay, which is the half diminished. Now let's look at what we also call the fully diminished seventh. Sorry, the fully diminished chord, or the diminished seventh. Okay, so assuming we are here, so we are building everything out of our major seventh. Okay, so we are here. All right, we know this is our major seventh. All right, we know if we come here, we get our dominant seventh. All right, and if we flat the 3, we get our minor seventh. If we flat the 5, we get our minor 7 flat 5, which is also known as the half diminished. Okay, now if we flat this 7 again, we then get what we call a fully diminished, right, or a diminished 7. So usually when we say diminished 7, this is what we term as a diminished. So this is C diminished 7th chord. All right, and the diminished 7th is non-diatonic to any scale. All right, so it means there are 4 types of diminished 7th chords on the piano, right, which cuts across. Okay, so when you do an inversion, they are the same thing that you get. So I'll do a separate video and then explain the diminished 7th into details, okay, so that we understand it. But then now I just want you to know how it is formed. Okay, so we know this is our diminished 7th. All right, and we found our diminished 7th by flattening the 3rd, the 5th, okay, and double flatten the 7th. Okay, so we double flat it, 1 2. All right, so the chord formula becomes 1 a 3, sorry, a 1 flat 3 flat 5 and a double flatted 7. Okay, that is moving 2 steps down. So this becomes our C diminished. All right, and then the intervallic relationship is a root, a minor 3rd, another minor 3rd, okay, another minor 3rd. So you realize that all these chords are formed from interval of thirds. All right, now another set of 7th chords we want to look at is the major set and then the minor set. All right, so the major set chord is basically your 1, your 3, your 5, and your 6. So your 1 3 5 6. Okay, so your 1 3 5 6. So this is your F major set, C major set. All right, your C sharp major set, your A major set, your E flat major set. All right, and then the minor set is basically your 1 flat 3 5 and 6, your C major set, F minor set, okay, C sharp minor set, and so on and so forth. So these are the sets of 7th chords that we have on the piano. Okay, so let me go through your 1 3, your